Good evening to you. How you doing, you lovely people? There's gremlins in the system tonight. Let me give a shout out to Missy Hippie. How you doing? Darth Rips, how you doing? Jimmy Neutron, how you doing? Qued Feet, I'm a mod here. Good evening, Harmony. Nice to see you back again. Marco's on. How you doing, Marco? Marco1907, big shout out to you, sir. Great to see everybody on here. Tonight is SFLive, my original instrumental rock show. So sit back, turn it up loud. I'm going to make a few tweaks. I'm going to sort out what's happened over there. That's all going chaos as usual. And I'm going to just make an adjustment to the this net cam here. You shouldn't be doing that transition. I don't know what's going on there. So chat amongst yourselves just for 10 seconds, and I'm going to be right back with you guys. Okay, all right. So and then we're going to get straight on with the more music. All right. Yeah, go lurk, Missy Hippie. Good luck with your stream. I hope it goes well. It's great to chat to you last night. Let's see how these scripts are running. There you go. We should be back in the game, people. Okay, lovely stuff. Now let's stay with the Time Traveler album, and let's go to the Vortex. Here we go. Hey, Chill Factor 17. And we're back in the game. I do enjoy that number. It's so very Satriani, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like very Joe Satriani. When I first put Time Traveller out in 2016, it was the first first release mix. And thanks so much for the thank you, Harmony, thank you. When I first put it out, I let someone listen to it and they went, "Is that Joe Satriani?" I'm like, "Well, I'll take that as a compliment, but no, it isn't. No, it isn't." Sorry. Unfortunately, he's an influencer. Or fortunately, if you like that. So let's move on. Let's do the actual title track from Time Traveller itself. And then once we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the Alive album and carry on from there. So this is the title track, Time Traveller. Hey McCarthy V, great to see you in here. Hey Green Man from Mars, how you doing? Hey Singing Planet, welcome aboard. Come in, sit back, turn it up. Thanks for coming, thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, we got new emotes. There's new emotes happening all the time. I hope you like them, guys. Enjoy your emote, subscribers. Don't forget subs. You've got some commands you can also put out while I'm playing as well. On-screen commands are available with exclamation mark and then sub, and you'll get the commands up in the chat, okay? So let's go right back to the live album, and let's do a track called Revolution. Here we go. Revolution. A very good evening to Flatulent One. How you doing? And thanks. Great to see you. And Chill Factor 17 as well. I've seen people on there. You're coming in now, so it's great to see you. If you've not said hello in the chat, and if you've never seen me before, my name is Steve Forward, and you've caught me on one of the master's affairs. This is one of my own nights where I get to do my own original instrumental rock. I do have the vocal compositions on an album called Strange Kind of Life, and I'll be doing one of them this Friday in the Friday Night Rock Show, which is rock classics, Pink Floyd, etc., stuff that you'll know. So tonight it's all about the guitar, and it's all about having a whittle on the guitar. How you doing, Marco? How you doing out there, Jimmy? Is it sounding okay, guys? Have you had a good day? That's the most important thing. Has your day been shit? Has it been good? You know, it's great that you're here. Thank you. Next up, let's bring it down for a little gentle one. This is from the Overture album, and it's the only one currently in my set, and it's called Solitude. Thanks so much, Jimmy. Thanks so much for the tip. Thanks, much appreciated, Jimmy. So let's go right back to the very first EP that I put out when I started writing instrumental rock music way back in 2001, 2002. And this is the first album. All these got re-released in 2018 when I was in the process of redoing them. And then this album and the one you just heard, the Overture, Solitude, the track, and that whole album, Overture, these two EPs were completely done, Overture and 7 Produced Across, from the ground up in 2018. I started again and remade a whole thing, painstakingly done it, and I was much happier with the results. My production and recording skills were a little bit better because of my day job as a session guitar player. So I thought I'd better put my skills back into my own music and put these out. So this is the we're going to come back to 7 Bridges later on, but what we're going to do now is we're going to do the third track in The Dark at Last. Okay, here we go. I thought I'd stick in Shine after that as well. That's the track that comes directly after In the Dark at Last. So I thought I'd just carry on with that. And I think what we're going to do is carry on a little bit more. Let's do something from the a live album. And I want to do Signs. Thanks for doing the emotes, Harmony. Make use of your custom animated emotes, subscribers. Make use of them. Thanks, Green Man from Mars. Thank you. Let's do Signs. Thanks, McCarty V. Thanks for your kind comments. Hey, Mama Jukes, how you doing? I like the groove, Steve. Nice compositions. Yeah, most of these tunes were written on piano. Most of these tunes, especially that one, the Signs was definitely just written on piano, and Journey's End, which is the final track on off of Time Traveller. So, thanks, Darth Ribs. Thank you. Sounds great, man. Thank you so much indeed. And Marco, awesome. Thank you so much, Marco. Hey, Mama Jukes, how you doing? And so, yeah, some of these pieces, you know, like. There's like loads of Lydian and like loads of bits in there, so it's I'm good, thanks, Mama Jukes. You asked me how's you. I'm throwing it right back to you. How are you? How are you doing? We better do Jimmy's favourite, haven't we? We better do Dust and Flames. This is from the Time Traveller album. I'm going to be doing pretty much all of the Time Traveller tonight. It's Dust and Flames. I'll tell you an interesting story about that solo, Jimmy. That solo that ended up on Time Traveller was the scratch solo. It was just the demo, the framework solo. I just thought, I'll put something down because I had the tune written, but I couldn't decide what to put in the solo. So I actually I'll just lay anything down. And that first, the first bend, that one, it was so piercing and screaming, I tried to replicate it afterwards, couldn't do it. So you know what, I'm leaving it all in. Warts and all, I left it all in. Nice little belter. Okay, let's go back. Let's go right back to the very, very beginning. Let's see. Let's go right back. This is from Seven Bridges to Cross. This one here. And this is called Hollow. I very rarely perform this. Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you, Singing Planet. Which little video? Which little video do you mean? Do you mean this one? That's what everyone's been going nuts about. It's the oldest trick in the book, this one. Unfortunately, you can see my bag of tricks over there. Unfortunately, it's all switched tonight. It's all custom switching. So, unlike the blues one, where it's just all automatic and just change what I want. So, but yeah, I think people seem to. They seem to like it. It's new, isn't it? I haven't done that one. I've only ever had. I think I've had that one, that one, just those 4. And then the multi-track cam one, sorry. Flatulent one. I can almost read your shirt from this angle. Right, so the T-shirt. The T-shirt, let's go. The T-shirt says, thank you for the forward follow. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you so much. It reads, don't underestimate the power of the dark side. Are you using an iPad as a stream deck? I am. I'm using I've got about 6 of these. Well, actually, I've got three of these Amazon Fire HD 10s, and I'm using WebSockets on OBS Studio. So if I decide I want to sit down and jam and sit down right in front of you there, I've got one ready to go in front of me there, and thank you. Madman. Yeah, and if I need to, I can just literally use. There's a great app called Stream Control on the Android store, and you just get that, and then you can connect to, and you can change all the scenes remotely if you want. I have them they're all programmed in anyway, so they're all programmed with the lighting and the music and stuff. It's a custom program. It's off of DMX's, which a guy called Dave Brown wrote. So I'll do a video on it one day, but you should definitely go and check out DMX's and check out Show Buddy Active as well. There's a program called Show Buddy Active. That's how I'm switching. It's doing everything. But this cam here is switched remotely with my hands. I'll show you with the camera. There you go. Look, can you see? Look. Oh, what have I pressed? What did I press? Hang on. Let's go back. There you go. Yeah. And so I can have custom icons, and it tells me what scene I'm on and everything, and it tells me. And when everything changes, it changes with me. And hey, no problem, mate. You want to know anything about my gear? I'm very... it's just the geek in me. I'm just geeky. I just like this stuff. So I really like tech, and I like working with it. And all these webcams are just basic, junky, like C920s. They're nothing like... They're not Sony A600s or anything, as you can tell, you know. So, but, you know, with good lighting and stuff, they can look pretty good. Yeah, I love all the tech. As I say, that laptop there is being there's a thing called before TeamViewer came along. There's a thing called Real VNC, so that's being VNC'd to one of my machines there, one of 4 machines there. I'm only using 2 machines. I'm using one laptop here for the backing tracks, and that comes out into a special DMX box to do the lighting. But it's all, yeah, it's pretty crazy. This show is the most complicated one, and my Friday Night Rock show. The Monday Blues session is tiddlywinks compared to these two. The Wednesday and Friday shows are pretty crazy, I've got to say. And now I've just added another cam. I think I've got about 6 webcams here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I decide to sit down, this is going to look really freaky, guys. Watch. Look, when I decide to sit down, it's that's number 5. And then that's number 6. And I have one on my phone as well. There's a program called IV Cam. And it turns any mobile device into a webcam. It's pretty good. I have that if I need it, if I want to go roaming, which I'm going to do at some point. I think Miss Wiggles is going to do that one at some point. We'll give the camera to Miss Wiggles and she can do the camera angles so we can have them swooping and swooning and all that. So, because that's where it's heading, you know. I'm using the lap. Quote, that's what you just said. That. Brilliant. I'm using the laptop that Turing used to design his code breaker. That's dummy. She's a bit old and battered. I'll tell you a story. I feel like Val Doonican. I'll tell you a story. Or what I tell you, like, I'll tell you a story. In 2012, I used a junky. Back when coding meant something, it did indeed. Back when you had to be shit hot at mathematics. In 2012, my car got broken into, and they took all my equipment, everything, right? And on a personal level, we all struggle with money, right? You know, I just cleared all my debts as well. I just got myself debt free, and then like a month later, it's just that's what happens in life, you know. Life is sometimes a little bit shit, isn't it? You know, and you have to. That's when the strength of your character comes out. You know what I mean? So that's why I was on the edge of the road crying, you know. And I had to just break out credit cards and buy everything again. I thought, this time, I'm not going to skimp. And that laptop cost me £700 and back in 2012, and it's never gone wrong, and it's worked, and it's been excellent. And the same as my gigging one upstairs. I've got two, and so, you know, they've never gone wrong. And I always reckon, I hate laptops. I absolutely hate. I've got a big bone bear with laptops. The reason being is that I much prefer building my own PC, but I also prefer sitting at a proper desk, in a proper chair. And if you've got a laptop, you're hunched down, you're crouching down, your neck's down. And they say, oh, they're ever so portable. Yeah, until the battery runs out, then you've got to be near a power supply. So you might as well have a PC. And they're not upgradable, they're not modular. I like the idea of laptops, and I have to use them. Because I like to keep one machine for OBS and one machine just for the audio. I keep it separate. But yeah, I'm yeah, that moment. And so I that's one of the things that I like to do. I like to just keep everything like modular so that it can be upgraded and changed. Because otherwise. Because I change all the time. I'm constantly changing and tweaking things. So I love boxes too. You can not only put what you want, what you need in them, but also not install all the bloatware. Yes, exactly, yeah. You mean boxes? I thought you meant cardboard boxes. Because we were talking about Turing computers a minute ago. Singing Planet. No, I love boxes, absolutely. My two main machines, I have one that's just for day-to-day. Yeah, a tower PC. Yeah, I have one PC that's just for day-to-day email, social media, surfing, printing out stuff, doing like video lessons and stuff for students and stuff like that. And then I have one beefy machine, which is using this at the moment. I say beefy, an i7 from like 2012 with like 24 gig of RAM. And we can thank all of this, ladies and gentlemen, that you're seeing. We can thank Cred Fito for his loan of his GTX 970 Ti cards, for which I'm forever in his debt. So can we, the moderator tonight, Cred Fito is an amazing computer guy. And he's also a very, very patient man with me. And Cred Fito is... during the pandemic, he went, here, I've got 2 970 cards, I'm not using them, you can borrow them. And so he gave them to me to borrow. He's not getting them back. He'll have to come round and set fire to the house. I'm only joking. He can have them back whenever he wants. But I'm planning this year, if all goes well on Twitch, I'm planning this year to build another beefy machine just for streaming as well. Because the stream machine that I'm using at the moment is also for my work, my studio machine. So, but I think it's good to keep things separate. And also, I'm not running on Windows 10 or Windows 8. This laptop is running on Windows 10, which is possibly the worst operating system I've ever come across. But my other systems are running on Windows 7 still. I just like Windows 7. I shouldn't, but I do. I think it's great. I'd still be on me and my other half, Karen. We'd still be on Windows XP if we could. I'd still be on Windows 98 Second Edition. I think it's great. I think Can you imagine a really fast system like an i9 with 64 gig of RAM, etc., and a couple of like RM GeForce cards in, etc., and then putting on Windows XP? The thing would fly, wouldn't it? And so I don't understand with modern software why it has to be so bloated. They have to pack more stuff in every time. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, Singing Planet, I also miss Win 7. So streamlined, running the stuff you need. It's a shame I'm too old to learn Unix. Well, Credfito, his main system is Unix, is Linux. Sorry, he's gone over. I don't miss Windows 7. I'm still on it, and I've got a USB bootable installation of it as well. And I'm going to be on it for the next couple of years at least. Unless I build a new machine, which will be like a Windows 11 machine, Hey, Proud and Nasty, how you doing? Am I being told off? Does it say let's go? Does that thing say let's go there? Because I sometimes waffle, so. It's okay, Singing Planet. We can nerd out together. I love nerding out. I love this geeky stuff. If you head onto my YouTube channel, I'm not trying to send you away now, but if you head over to my YouTube channel and you go and find a playlist called the live streams, lockdown live streams or something, you can go back to March 2020. And if you go back to March 2020, you'll see that I literally just used my mobile phone and put it up right in front of me. And I had my PA system set up here. And I literally hit record on my phone and played through the PA system in my studio. That was it. No sound going direct to the desk, nothing. No lighting. Seriously, the lighting was like this. It was worse than that. I've got 2 flood panels in front of me. If they were off, that's what it was like. You could hardly see anything. I just put it up. And if you watch them, that's where I started doing videos, like gig videos like this. If you want some good, decent, as you can see, I've got them. If you want some really good, decent, free lighting, because C920s love 6500 Kelvin or 5500 Kelvin cool white. They love cool white lighting, and then I've got spots in the ceiling in my studio, and they were warm lighting, and I swapped them out for cool LED ones, and it's the best thing I ever did because the video quality became much better. So if you want some free lighting, then do that in your studio, definitely. So you go back, and if you watch, you can watch, and you can see how I went from March, April, May, June, July, August, and then in September, I finally took the guitar separately, the vocals separately, the backing tracks separately, and then recorded it on my phone, and then mixed it all together afterwards. And it was taking me about, in Sony Vegas and Adobe Premiere, it was taking me about 2 days to do 4 songs. I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing, and I want an inset screen here, and I want this and this, and I just ran out of steam. So I just thought, no, I sod that, and So that's when I started thinking about doing some live streams. But I've been doing live streams from February last year with a thing called After Hours. And that was always unlisted on YouTube, just for family and friends and close people. That's still going, After Hours on a Saturday night. I love that. That's my baby. I have no plans to retire that. But if you want the next best, the equivalent of that, then that's the Friday Night Rock Show, on which is this Friday, which I do. So, yeah, crisper warm light would make you more fuzzy. It would, and it's, you know, however much light you think you need, there's a light panel in front of every. Yeah, look. I never normally break cold protocol, but look, so there's one webcam there, one there, and then there's one there. Can you see just above my little Pac-Man? And then there's one over there. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then there's one right in front of me there, and then there's another one right on top of the monitor, just there. You can see it, and that screen there is my custom playback thing. That's a mirror of what's on here, so that I don't have to keep turning to the right to look at lyrics if I'm singing or anything. So yeah, I think it's important, because if people are new to streaming and they've never done anything before, you can get a lot of mileage with just one Logitech C920 webcam and a laptop. If it's a good laptop, you could do a lot with that. And I think that people, you know, musicians, I wish I'd done this sooner, definitely. And I definitely enjoy doing that. Here we go. Here comes Phil Smythe. Hide your bananas. Here comes Phil. Thank you so much indeed, guys. I better get on with it. Oh, my goodness. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Raiders. Good evening, Raiders. How you doing? Thank you so much for the raid, Phil Smythe. Give me a shout out for Phil Smythe. I'm sure we've already done it. Let's go back to the original time, Seven Bridges to Cross album and do My World and Seven Bridges to Cross. And yeah, we've got a few gems in here, and it's going to get heavy later on with March of the Machines and stuff like that. This is my originals night. Come in, guys. Make yourself feel welcome. My name is Steve Forward, and this is my original show, so I hope you enjoy it. Good evening, Raiders. How you doing out there? Has Phil been behaving himself? Let me just get a drink of water. Let me replenish me vitals. Hang on. Let's go back to the hey Rage Gamer. I seem to prefer JD, pal. Yeah, I do like JD now and again, Rage Gamer. I do indeed. But tonight I'm on the water. Thanks so much. Let's go back to the Alive album. Let's bring it down for one. This is called Beyond the Stars. Good evening. Thank you so much indeed, guys. If you've never seen me before, I like to combine video, custom videos, just like stuff from Pixabay and stuff. It's all free, royalty-free stuff, and sync it in with my music and stuff. I do the same with my covers. My cover show on a Friday, the Friday Night Rock Show, 9 p.m. This Friday, every Friday, unless I'm gigging, where I do classic rock covers and stuff, and there's videos of that as well. So I'm going to switch guitars for a minute, and because we got to do some drop tune stuff. It's going to get a little heavy. So are we going to do the title track from Alive? And I'm probably going to repeat Signs again in a minute, I think. So let me just change guitars. Bear with me, guys. Whisper Choir. I found something out about that, Phil. My lovely Cornish lover. Danish lover. Devonshire devil. I found something out about that, mate. Let me just have a musical interlude here with Phil. Don't mind me, I'm just having a... Thanks for the sub, song band, thank you. I emailed them, right? And they said, oh yeah, the reason why it makes this noise is because it's true bypass, which is a load of old tosh anyway. If you go and speak to Pete Cornish, he loves that, having a 3-hour discussion about why true bypass is utter nonsense. And you know what they said? They suggested I do? Put it in the effects loop. And that cures it, apparently. So you've got to have 2 more cables running round, as if I ain't got enough cables in here, you know? Hilarity of it all. Thanks for the gift subs, Jedi Nightmare. Thank you. Okay, if you've done something, or you want me to give you a shout out, you're another musician, or you're a musician or something, and I've missed you in the chat, say it again, get the mod, and I'll redo it, and I'll make sure I give you a shout out, okay? Because most of us are musicians, and we've got our own streams and stuff as well. So I'm more than happy to send out shouts and get everyone. You know, we should all follow each other and we all build up our own. You know, that's what it's all about, man. So I'm gonna do the title track from Alive. Here we go. This is Alive. Thanks so much for gifting the subs, Kimmy. Thank you so much. Thanks for hosting the stream, Jimmy. I just want to say that, guys. If you want to help me out, and you're already doing that by watching this stream, by being signed in and actively watching, and you can help me out even further just by clicking that follow button. And if you want to go any further than that and do bits and subs, anything you want to do, that's absolutely fine. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. But there is one thing that you guys can do. That's exactly what's just happened down there. Host my stream. Go to your own profile, go to the chat, and type in /host, and then space Steve Forward. And what it happens is it helps me get further on along to the... thanks for gifting the sub, Phil. You're naughty you are, Phil. The little Devonshire devil, he really is. Hey? I can't even do it, it's drop-tuned. Lover! I'm on the street! Thank you so much, guys. Look at that. Blue Coxie's hosting it. Host my stream. That's the way to do it. If you want to help someone get somewhere, host the stream, yeah? Cross the streams. Okay, so this next song is called March of the Machines. Here we go. Thank you, Flatulent One. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is a favourite of Miss Wiggles, actually, my other half. And subscribers, if you want some on-screen commands while I'm playing some devil horns and all that kind of stuff and tasty guitar moments, etc., then just type in !sub. And if you're a subscriber to this Twitch channel, then you get access to that. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, blah, 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 blah. You know what to do. We are all tech savvy, aren't we? We know what to do, you lovely people, all of you. Thank you, Songbird, for hosting the stream. Thank you so much, you lovely people. Lovely, aren't you? Look at you. Look how gorgeous you are. It must be because you come from Phil's stream. You're just lovely. I can see, look at you all, look at you. Okay, we go, March of the Machines. And this is from the album Time Traveller. Thank you, Harmony, for gifting the sub to Maiden Oregon. Thank you so much, Harmony. Thank you. Thank you, Kimmy. You're at work. Quickly, could catch you in the train. Thank you so much, Kimmy. Really, really kind of you to just zip in and slay me with all these beautiful gifts and subs for everybody. Thank you so much indeed. Feel the love, people. Feel the love. And so Grapefruit Clinton and Kimmy and Thirsty Mosquito and Kimmy and anyone I've missed, it's people who have cheered bits as well. Phil Smythe and another one. Somebody else has cheered 300 bits. Thank you so much indeed, as well as Kimmy. Thank you so much indeed. Let's stay with the Time Traveler album. Let's bring it down for a gentle melodic one. This is an orchestral one that was written on piano first. I don't know what else. It just can't be else. That's no problem at all, Kimmy. No problem. And this next song is a song called Ghosts, and this was originally written on piano a few years ago, and I think it kind of works well on guitar. It's got some interesting chord changes. Thanks so much, Kimmy. Take care. Have a nice day. That was Ghosts there, the track before March of the Machines on the album. I did them round the other way that time. We're going to go to an album I'm working on at the moment, which is taking a few years. And I've got the first track out to play on streams, which is a good thing. And I think what I'm going to be doing with this album is I'm going to be demoing tracks from this to get them played in before I actually put the album out. And so I've got about 4 written, but I've got one off here today that I'd like to try, and it's called Overload, and it's the opening track off the album. It's a bit of a belter, so I hope you like it, guys. This is exactly Blue Cox. Somebody that knows their theory. I'm always a sucker for that. The whole that was the thing, was the whole time was using tritone substitution all the time. So D minor to E flat, D minor to A flat, and then D minor to E flat, and then the E flat to the A7 sus4, and then of course that 5 pulls back to the we'll want to pull back to the 1 minor, and then as soon as it does that, it goes to A minor, and then a D major over than A, a second inversion, D major. So it pulls like that. So it's part of my jazz training when I was at college, when we learned jazz, when we learned tritone substitution. I didn't want to do anything with secondary dominance in or anything like that. Oh, brilliant. That's so good. Oh, you're welcome in here. I like theory people. I love all that. I drive everyone mad. I'll tell you a quick story. I want to tell you another. Here we go. I'll keep it brief, I promise. My secondary school music teacher turned me on to Pink Floyd and the Police and J.S. Bach and the Beatles and things like that when I was growing up. He was a great music teacher. He sadly passed away. A year ago, and but we reconnected the last few years. It was great, and we used to have these massive. He was a professor of piano, like proper. His favourite artist was Beethoven, and you just put anything in front of him. He was amazing, and we used to have these phone conversations that would go on for like 3 hours about music theory, and boy, I miss those conversations. You know, there are people that come into your life, you're just like, wow. You know, so yeah, anyone, I love all that stuff, I really do, and I love, I could quite, you know, just whittle like that, but I'd much rather lay the chords out and write them out. And as I say, Ghosts was originally written on piano, and Signs was as well. I'll play Signs again. You know what? I'm going to play Signs again because it's a favourite of everyone's. And if you listen to the melody and the way the chords work, it's fascinating. Like, I thought it was fascinating when I was coming up with it. I thought, oh, how can I be different? The person who used to teach me became one of my best friends after a few years. That's so cool. That's so, you do connect with that. That's good. Yeah, and that's I think that's kind of, people leave a lasting impression on you. And you know what I was so disappointed about was the fact that I wish I'd paid more attention. I wish I'd had more of a brain for music when I was younger, because there were people taking their ABRSM grades over here in the UK and stuff, and it didn't appeal to me because sight reading used to scare me. Reading music used to put me off. And even though I'm a bad sight reader, I know what's going on now. I can read. The problem is with my sight reading is I go, hang on, there's a D, F sharp, A, C. Oh, there's a D7. And classical musicians are on the next page. And I'm like, okay, so the D7 there, first inversion, yep, okay. And then E, G, B flat, D. Okay, E minor 7 flat 5, E half diminished. Okay, yeah, G minor 6. Oh, it's the same as an E minor half diminished, hang on. And they're way away, because I love to analyze what's going on, you know, so I that's a struggle for me. I've got good ears. You can't see them, I've got headphones on, but I've got a good set of ears, but I haven't worked at my sight reading, and that's my failing, that's my strength, my weakness as musicianship. But oh man, I think we've got the same problem. I know how to read, but I wasn't really into it. Yeah, that's right, slow reader. Yeah, I've always gotten stuff by my ear training is pretty hot. It's pretty good. So, I can hear when things are happening. So, anyway. Sorry, guys. I was just having a conversation there. Just mono there with Blue Cox. What's really cool... Anyway, little Devonshire dick, I thought you'd gone to bed. I am getting on with it. I'm going to do overload next, okay? And then we're going to do signs. Please continue. I was going to say, it's really interesting because my day job is writing backing tracks, medley tracks for cruise ships and companies and people, right? So that's where my ear training really comes to the fore, because you can actually pick out things and you go a tempo map of the original and then you build it all up, etc. I know, I'm sorry, Harmony. Or when Harmony's getting involved, I'm getting into trouble now. Everyone's telling me off, right? But I'll just keep it brief. But what's really interesting is when you do cover songs and you work them out and you can actually get inside the composer's head. Like, for instance, Elton John. Elton John loves using second inversion chords before a 5. Circle of Life's a classic example. He loves putting that, whereas a C major here, he loves putting that G in there, like the second inversion, all the time to build tension. And you find that with classical composers as well. They have melodic and compositional traits in their... Mozart is like... If anyone tried to be like Mozart, it just wouldn't work. It's just how... It's almost childlike, his melodies. They're so hummable, aren't they? But it's like the tunesmith of the composers. Whereas my money has always been on J.S. Bach, only because... Everyone's getting on to me now. My money has always been on J.S. Bach, because without J.S. Bach, we basically wouldn't have had equal temperament. And equal temperament is what we do everything on. Like this piece of wood, pianos, everything is based on the 12-tone Western system these days. Well, of course, there are in fact 19 subdivisions, but let's not go there. And J.S. Bach, with his well-tempered clavier book, sealed the fate of basically that tempered tuning of equal steps. Because, believe it or not, C Lydian, the 4th mode of G major, for example, did not sound like C Lydian and G major. If you played, they sounded completely different because of it wasn't equal steps. And it was fascinating reading about that and learning about equal temperament at college, when you just had like sharp keys and flat keys on top of each other, because they were actually different. So G sharp and A flat were 2 different keys. That is bonkers, isn't it? What blows my mind, what still to this day, what bakes my noodle really about it, is that every piece of music, and I've got a bit at the end to close with here on there, every piece of music you're ever going to hear, okay, Kimmy. Oh my God, it's 8:22 p.m. I've got to get out of work. The raised 4th. The funny thing is, when you raise the 4th and make it a Lydian, even though it has that thing, the Back to the Future. But even when it's raised, there's no avoid notes. Whereas in a major scale, there is the 4th and the 7th. That is bonkers. But every piece of music we're ever going to hear, or we've ever heard, or will ever hear, will be through the filter of 12-tone Western system. That's what blows my mind. And here's the thing. Newborn babies cry, the pitch that they cry in equal temperament. Now that is a weird one. They probably must be able to hear the music through the womb when the mother is gestating the baby and it's growing. That's bonkers, isn't it? Take care, Kimmy. E sharp, exactly, and harmonic equivalents, yeah. Or E flat, or C flat, or B sharp, etc. I love all that stuff. So now I'm going to play something that's completely atonal and unmusical, and Bach would probably hate it. But that's the whole point, isn't it, folks? This is from my album in progress, Another World. You get to hear exclusive tracks on this channel. And this is called Overload. Thanks so much for the raid, CG Guitar. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Steve Forward. And tonight's my originals instrumental rock show. Comes to the end, but I'm going to do a few numbers. So stick around. Great to see you. Okay, so I was just having a conversation with somebody called Blue Cox on here. Careful, I'll do the jokes. And hey, Darth Rips, how you doing? And we were talking about music, and I'm going to repeat one of these songs. I did Signs earlier on, way down earlier on there. We're up to Overload at the moment, but I did one about an hour and a half ago, I think. So I'm going to repeat it. I never repeat numbers, but I do like this song. It is a perennial favorite of mine. So this is Signs. Thanks so much indeed, guys. It is a genuine thrill to be able to write your own music and then actually have an outlet where you can perform it to other people, even if it's remotely like this. It's amazing. What a world we live in, where musicians can play their music, and you know. Thank you, CG Guitar. Thank you, Jack Hooper. Thank you. Very awesome. Thank you. Welcome in. You're very welcome, guys. Steve Taylor, thank you so much. Epic Jam. Thank you very much, Steve Taylor. As I say, that song was originally written on piano. And obviously when it gets to the solo sections of those those bits, you're just pressing dyads on the piano. So I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to slide them around? And that's how all that, once again, like Ghosts, and I'll do Journey's End later on, and Signs, Beyond the Stars. Quite a lot of the tunes that I've written started out life as piano, and I brought them over to guitar. Well, I was going to make breakfast and shower like an hour ago. Thanks, Steve. Rolls Eyes, Singing Planet, you're more than welcome. Yeah, 20 years ago you had to be rich. Now anyone can download a copy of Reaper and just click Still Evaluating for the rest of time. I think I bought Reaper when lockdown happened. I'm a Cubase guy by trade. That's my door of choice. I know it inside out. But ever since lockdown, Reaper's been my go-to thing. Reaper is absolutely amazing. It just blows all the other doors away. It really does. The digital audio workstations. That's my own personal thing. I mean, what you can't do with Reaper and OBS Studio is ridiculous. It's amazing. Just those two free tools. Sorry, Singing Planet. I'm sorry I scuppered your shower plans. My instrumental music makes good shower music, you know. CG Guitar, no, not better. I'm very loath to give a strong public thing, because I'm still on Cubase 10. I'm still on Windows 7. Most of my machines, and I've got a few machines, are on Windows 7. And I'm still on Cubase 10. And I've still got previous 9, 8, 7, and 6 as well. I think if you're a Mac guy, then Logic is great. Logic is the sound choice. Pro Tools I tried for years. It's going to have a hard time over the next few years. Because it got there first. It's kind of the story. It reminds me of the story of Macs. Apple Macs were the first company to do multi-core CPUs, I believe. And so PCs were seen as inferior because Macs were more powerful. And then one day, Intel decided to make processor chips for Mac and PC. And then from then on, the game was up. But most print shops and music studios, it was endemic. Macs were endemic. If you had a Mac with Pro Tools, you got the work. I'll tell you one story. Years ago, back in 2013, I landed a big backing track job just because I told the producer, that I had Pro Tools and a Mac. And I said I had a Cubase machine at home, and I sent him 2 mixes, and I said, here's the mix on Cubase, and here's the mix. And he went, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like that. So there's an awful lot of psychology involved. I think the summing engine in Cubase is very good. I think Steinberg owned the VST plugin format. Carl Steinberg invented it, so we know that. But Made in Oregon, you work on art and you lurk away. No problem at all. It's great to have you in here. I need I need waterproof speakers because I need an excuse for longer showers. Blue Cox, CG, not necessarily for sure. Lighter than Cubase and maybe more friendly, let's say. Yeah. The Reaper, first of all, you can go open up a browser right now and download Reaper for free. and you could click still evaluating for another 10 years, and they wouldn't care. The story behind Reaper, I bought Reaper 2 years ago. I used it for about a month, and I thought, there's no going back, because I had rear root and I had rear plugs, which could enable me to get all the audio from Reaper into OBS. Couple that with a couple of webcams, and I was done. That was it. I could do video and piano lessons and guitar lessons for my students. So basically, OBS and Reaper kept me as a musician afloat during the pandemic. And I've got a lot to thank Jim. I mean, I'm a massive fan of OBS Studio because of what you can do in it. It's just so malleable. But I think the same thing with Reaper as well. It's very malleable. If there's something you want to do and it can't do it, you can just create an action for it, and you can create a script for it that will do it. Reaper will also edit video as well. It will also let you edit video. It's not the best at doing it. I still prefer Magic's Studio, whatever it's called, because I'm still stuck in the dark ages. I've yet to make the move fully over to Adobe Premiere, but yeah, definitely my sort of reasoning behind that is, and I think you should be fluid as well. I think you should have one or two DAWs, one or two digital audio workstations, but stick to a core, and that's just my own thing, for backing tracks. All the tracks that you hear in my cover shows, my blues jam tracks on a Monday for the Monday Blues Session, these tracks that you're hearing here, and the classic rock cover stuff with the videos all ready and done on Friday. They're all done in Cubase, and then this setup here is a completely different lecture in itself. This setup is absolutely. I think I've got 6 webcams running here tonight. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, and then 4 down here. Hello, and then we got 1. If I want to have a sit down with you guys, then there's 1 above there. Hello, you can see the pedal board. Thank you for the. Okay. And then the 6th one is this one. As you know, everyone loves that one because they know. So I'm only running 6 tonight, but I have more if I want them eventually. And how that's possible is a whole other story in itself. You need a quad channel. Each USB port must have its own channel, a 5 gigabyte channel. So you need to buy a card. StarTech do them, quad channel card. And then if you buy 2 of them, you can plug in 8. Or you buy 3 of them, you can plug in 12 webcams, and it won't bat an eyelid. So, yeah, I just like geeking around with that stuff. I've never touched Ableton, and Phil Smythe, which I believe you probably come from. Phil Smythe is an Ableton guy, and he loops and does things on it. And Phil Smythe knew about me from. Thank you for the forward follow. Thank you so much. Phil Smythe knew about me from DMX's. I use DMX's and Show Buddy by Dave Brown, and that's how Phil Smythe heard from me. And then during the pandemic, I sort of found him this year on Twitch, and Phil's great, and he's also fast becoming a firm mate of mine because we share the same stupid humour, which is great. And but he's also a sound musician. He gets my seal of approval, Phil. So 6 webcams, 6 webcams, 5 lighting booths, 4 monitors, 3 tablets, 2 lovely mods, and a legend called Steve. You see, I did it right. Hang on. Hang on, I'll do it good for music. 6 webcams, 5 lighting 5 lighting spots. Sorry. 6 webcams, 5 lighting spots, 4 monitors, 3 tablets, 2 lovely mods. 2 lovely mods. I only got 1 mod. Mods and a cartridge in a legend called Steve. There you go, Singing Planet. Nobody can say that I don't try and interact with you lovely people. A poetic license, innit? Back in the day, I've been listening to Blizzard's version of that. So funny. I'm not aware of Blizzard's version of that. Oh, Blizzard a band. Whenever I see the word Blizzard, I think of Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz. So let's do Just Can't Stop from Alive. This is an upbeat one. Okay. StarCraft, yeah. Yeah, I remember. I'm right. That's online, yeah. I'm trendy. I know that. I'm hip. With you gamers, I'm up with it. Yeah, right. This is called Just Can't Stop, okay? And it's from the Alive album. And it comes before Signs and Beyond the Stars. Here we go, folks. Thanks so much, guys, and thank you so much for sticking around and watching this show. I really appreciate it. This is going to be the final number tonight. I've been playing for nearly 3 hours now, and I'm a little bit tired. I'm going to be back Friday, 9 p.m., okay, UK time. And that's the Friday Night Rock Show, and that's all rock covers. So if you like Black Sabbath, and if you like Foreigner, and if you like, well, you're going to see James Bond, Live and Let Die, and if you like White Snake, Here I Go Again, and etc. The Lenny Kravitz, and instrumentals, original instrumental tunes as well, like original remakes, like Nights in White Satin. I do an instrumental of that, and things like that. You missed March of the Machines. I'm so sorry to Idolize. I'm so sorry. So I've set a schedule. The last few weeks I've been setting a schedule up of 9 p.m.s Monday, Wednesday and Friday on Twitch. There's something happening. I'm doing something around about that time. And a bit of Jimmy. Yeah, there's lots of Jimmy. I do all on the Watchtower and crosstown traffic and stuff like that. And if you're a subscriber, then you can get access in the Discord, my Discord channel, to the VODs. But I can't. That's why I can't do covers in this song because of the DMCA, and I want to keep these shows up on and the Monday Blues Session, which is all my original jam tracks, original jamming and just improvising. I keep them up on Twitch, but the covers they get VOD'd across to YouTube as unlisted links, and you can get access to them in my Discord if you remember. Okay, guys. Hey, my Cockney legend. Oh, it's Dippy. They're all coming in. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do Journey's End from Time Traveller, the final track. And then we're going to find someone to raid, okay? So thank you very much for putting up with this noise. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Phil, and thank you, CG Guitars, for the raid. Really appreciate the raids, guys. If they're musicians, if we can get shout-outs for Phil Smythe, and for CG Guitars, I think. Do you stream? Then if so, we'll get a link out to you, and then my mod can go to bed. Bless him. Can we have some mod love, please? There's only one mod that does everything in here, and Cred Fito is an absolute star. So raid your pillow, Jimmy. I'll see you Friday for the big rock show, and I'll see you Saturday for After Hours as well. After Hours is my unlisted show on YouTube. That's just far too much fun. And we just tell silly jokes and we play music and stuff like that. If you fancy joining After Hours, then that goes out at 9 p.m. on a Saturday or 7 p.m. on a Sunday, depending on whether I'm gigging or not. But the place to be is on Twitch 3 times a week. You can find me here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Or on a Monday, sometimes it's like a little bit later, 11 p.m., because sometimes I'll do a little stream on YouTube before, bless it, just to keep YouTube happy. But we don't know. We don't know what's happening with YouTube at the moment. So, okay, so here is Journey's End. And we got a level 2 hype train happening there. I didn't realise. I just seen a choo-choo train. So I just had to post that up. Okay, we're going to raid Starcoma after this, I think, because Starcoma's raided me before. So we're gonna do this Journey's End, and then we're going to raid Starcoma, okay? Oh, let's do Faith Inside instead. I like Faith Inside. Let's do Faith Inside. you lots, guys. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you very much indeed for your support tonight. Oh yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but happy. Thank you, CG Guitar. Thank you for sticking around and supporting me and watching the show. Don't forget, Friday nights it's crazy stuff, just all covers. Okay, so it's all classic dad rock stuff, 60s, 70s, 80s stuff. Okay, and just give me a follow if you've seen me and you not hit the follow button on there, then please do so. But also on YouTube. Click the subscribe button. These things are free to do, you know, and they really help me out as well. And I appreciate the people who've been hosting my stream tonight. That really helps spread me even further. Spread myself around a bit, as Pat Mustard would say in Father Ted. So thank you. Thanks for the suggestion. I'm going to go and check him out. Making myself sound like an STD. Flatulent one, I think that's the most unromantic thing anyone's ever said to me. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, how unprofessional, sorry. Spread myself. Have you ever seen Father Ted? Then you'll know about Pat Mustard. Thought I'd spread myself around a bit. Hey, Jimmy, great stream, Steve. No problem, Jimmy. See you Friday for the Friday Night Rock Show, and we'll see you in the crazy, crazy world on Saturday and after hours as well, okay? Let's find someone to raid. Let's the raid suggestions are noted, guys. Thank you, Blue Cox and CG Guitars. But I've promised to raid tonight to... I've done Mandy Prater, and then I've done Joanna Music, and and Starcoma. He's the one guy I haven't raided yet, so I've Phil Smythe raided. He's on the list. I'll check him out. Okay, and when I'm meeting that, I'll do that. Okay, so thank you guys, much appreciated. I don't want to offend. Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? You can't say the wrong thing. You don't upset some. Oh, don't go there. But I know you're cool guys. Okay, I know you cool guys. So. Guys, it was great to chat theory with you, Blue Cox, as well. Let's go and give Starcock some love. Starcoma, sorry. And the race started. Take care of yourselves. And if you liked tonight, then you can check out my music on YouTube or on my website, steveforward.com. You can check it out. And, let me find where it's gone. Oh, I can never find the actual crossover bit at the bottom. It's an absolute nightmare. Oh, here we go. There you go. You can contact me that way. steveforward.com, and email, and YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and Twitter. Okay. See you Friday if you like rock covers. Then I promise you won't be disappointed. It's a better show than this one. No, well, I thought this one was all right, but you can't win, can you? You bring people Disneyland, and they still moan, don't they? You will never win. So, if I'd just had one webcam set at 640 by 480, like that in 8-bit colour, I'd probably get more people because they go, "Wow, man, that's really retro." So, Harmony, thank you so much indeed. Awesome as always. Thank you so much. Let's go on a raid, guys. Take care of yourselves, yeah? Stay safe. Will you just do one thing for me? Will you stay safe? Yeah? Okay. See you Friday at 9. Take care.